Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun video for you. If you see my videos before, then you know I usually talk about personal finance, but another huge passion of mine is personal development. So today I want to share with you my 7 best tips to set yourself up to have a successful day. If you're struggling in your life and you feel like you just can't get ahead, then I want you to stick around for these tips. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today. I'm really excited because today is another fun collab with Brad from the Fin Mindset. Now, if you haven't checked out Brad's videos, you absolutely have to go visit his channel. He talks all about personal finance, and he also talks about investing for beginners, which I love. I love hearing his tips on how to get started with investing because that's going to be the next step for my husband and I once we finally finish our emergency fund. So after you finish this video, I would love if you hopped over to Brad's channel, checked out his video, which I know is going to be awesome, showed him some YouTube love, subscribed to his channel, and let him know that you came over from this collab. So what we're going to be talking about today in our videos are tips to set your day up for success. So maybe you're a person that consistently feels like you're always having a bad day, or the world's against you, or you have the worst luck. Let me tell you, there are some things that you can do to combat those feelings. Listen, having a good day is really just a state of mind. Nobody can make you have a bad day but you. Remember, life is 20% what happens to you and 80% how you react to it. So I'm a big believer that you can get up in the morning and just declare that you are going to have a great day. One of my favorite sayings is, it's a great day to have a great day. Now, my friends and family get sick of hearing it, but it's so true. You don't have to let things bring you down. Bad stuff happens to all of us, right? That's just life. But I am confident that if you put my tips plus Brad's tips into practice, that you are going to see some major changes in your life. So let's get started. All of these tips are meant to be quick, just a few minutes each, because I know we're all busy. And if you're trying to implement tips that are taking hours out of your day, it's highly unlikely you're going to be able to stick with it. So tip number 1 actually starts the night before. I want you to take a couple minutes and just plan out your day. If you are a planner person, then grab your planner, grab some pens, sit down at the table and take a couple minutes to put down on paper what you want your day to look like. Now, just because you plan it out doesn't mean it's necessarily going to happen that way, but I do think that subconsciously creating a plan, number 1, helps you with time management, and number 2, kind of helps you set the intention for your day. Put it out there into the universe. This is what you'd like to accomplish tomorrow, and it really helps you go into your day with more of a plan instead of just wandering through the day, waiting to see what comes at you. Tip number 2 is to create a morning routine, especially getting up at the same time each day, even on weekends. If you're like me and you're constantly finding yourself feeling like you have no time, one of the best things to do is get up earlier. When something's important to you, you have to make time, right? So maybe you need some extra time in your day to work out. Maybe you need some extra time in your day just to sit and drink a cup of coffee. Maybe you need some extra time in your day to get things done around the house. There's only 24 hours in a day. Each one of us has the same 24 hours. And you know how some people seem to accomplish so much more than you do? They're probably getting up earlier. So go ahead and set your alarm earlier and start making it a habit. And to make it a habit, you have to be consistent. So I suggest you even start getting up earlier on your days off. Trust me, once you get used to it and it feels habitual, you'll be able to wake up without an alarm clock. It'll come a lot easier. And now that I get up a lot earlier, I crave that time in the morning before the rest of the household gets up. It's my time, and I actually find it to be my most productive time of the day. Now, tip number 3 kind of piggybacks on tip number 2. So no matter what time you get up, I want you to take a couple minutes of quiet time. This can even just be sitting in your bed for a couple minutes, reflecting on yesterday or the upcoming day. This could be some prayer time if you're religious or spiritual. This could be a couple minutes to meditate. Whatever it is, I just want you to pause for a couple minutes and give your mind a few minutes to wake up and clear the fog and just have a little bit of quiet before the chaos ensues. Number 4 is to practice gratitude. Now, if you've been here on my channel or read any of my blog posts before, then you've probably heard me talk a lot about practicing gratitude. It's one of the habits I've picked up over the past couple years that have hands down made the biggest difference in my life. Practicing gratitude and just saying I'm grateful for something are really two different things in my eyes. The practice of gratitude is an actual act, okay? So it's great to say, oh, I'm grateful for this or I'm thankful for that, but I want you to really remain in an attitude of gratitude. One of the best ways I found to do this is to write in a daily gratitude journal. Now, I always say it doesn't have to be something fancy. You can just use a plain sheet of paper if you want. You can use any kind of notebook. I even have a free daily gratitude printable on my site. I'll leave the link to that down below. This can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. And one of the most simple ways to start practicing gratitude is when you first open your eyes before your feet even hit the floor. Try getting started here. When you wake up in the morning, stay still and just think about 3 things that you're grateful for. And trust me, if you can't think of anything, just keep doing this every single day, and eventually this will become so easy to you that you could probably rattle off 10 things before you get out of bed in the morning. Just the fact that you woke up that morning and your eyes actually open is something to be grateful for. Now, I don't know you and I don't know your situation, and I know sometimes life is so difficult and it feels like there is nothing to be grateful for, but I promise you, just try. Fake it till you make it if you have to, but just try to practice gratitude. You're going to feel such a change in your life, in your mental health, in your spirituality. It's going to make a huge positive difference for you. Tip number 5 is to read a couple of pages of an inspirational book or listen to an audiobook or even a podcast. I just did a recent video on 5 money books that will change your life. I'll leave that link up here and you can check that video out if you're not currently reading anything. It doesn't have to be about money. It can be about anything, but I highly suggest a non-fictional book. Fictional books are great, but I really want you to get your mind stimulated. And I think that just listening to a story doesn't quite have the same effect as listening to maybe a self-help book or a book about some topic that you are passionate about. Anything that is going to help you learn and grow is such a great habit to get into. And again, I know not everybody has a lot of time, just a couple pages, even if it's only 5 pages a day, you're probably going to get through a lot more books, and I think you'll start craving those couple of minutes of quiet time to yourself where you're just sitting down reading about something you enjoy. Whatever you choose, it really doesn't matter. It's just taking time, being a lifelong learner, and constantly working to improve some area of your life. Tip number 6 is to move your body every day. Now, this doesn't mean you have to do a big workout. It doesn't mean you have to get to the gym every day. It could just be simply a couple minutes of stretching on the floor. This could mean a light run or jog, or just doing something in your basement, a yoga video on YouTube. Just do something to move your body. Exercise also has such a good impact on your mind. It's really going to help with your mental clarity and your focus, and I do believe, especially when you work out earlier in the day, that it really helps you have more energy and be able to be more productive throughout the rest of your day. And my last tip, tip number 7, is eat that frog. Maybe you've heard of this book before by Brian Tracy, or maybe you haven't. So I'm going to quickly sum it up for you. So if you're a procrastinator like me, then you might find yourself spending half your day trying to avoid or putting off that one thing that really needs to be done, but you just don't want to deal with. Story of my life. In this book, Brian Tracy refers to that as eating the frog. He wants you to get that most important and most dreaded task out of the way. Think about it. When you're planning your day the night before, if you can just write down 3 things that you want to accomplish the next day, and maybe take a second to put a star next to the one that's the most important and hands down has to be completed that day, if you prioritize that task first, when it is over, you're going to feel such a sense of relief, and you're going to feel a sense of accomplishment that if nothing else gets done that day, at least you completed the thing that was the most important. I really need to practice what I preach here because I still struggle with this all the time. But I can tell you that the days that I eat the biggest frog first are the days that I always feel the most productive. Those are my 7 tips. Let me know down in the comments if you have any of your own tips for making your day successful. I'd love to hear them. This stuff gets me so excited and passionate. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know if you'd like to see more of these types of videos. My biggest goal with this channel is to serve you guys in the best way that I can. So you letting me know what type of content you want to see is going to allow me to serve you in the best way possible. Now, don't forget to head over to the Finn Mindset and check out his tips for a productive day. If you haven't watched any of Brad's videos, you're going to love him. His positivity is absolutely contagious, and I know you're going to want to subscribe. And if you're on Instagram, I hope you go follow Brad and myself so we can connect over there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a great day.